This video explains trade or commercial policy, and this comes in international economics or international trade. Let us see the meaning of trade or commercial policy. We know that free trade maximizes world output and benefits all nations. So that is very clear because all international trade theories, be it absolute cost advantage theory or comparative cost advantage theory or HO model, all these theories stress the point that free trade always maximizes world output and it will result in the benefits of all trading partners. But we know that free trade is a rarity that does not happen in the world, in today's world, because we know that many nations put restrictions on trade. So that is why it is said practically all nations impose some restrictions on the free flow of international trade. And since these restrictions and regulations deal with the nation's trade or commerce, they are generally known as trade or commercial policies. So what is trade or commercial policy? Simply speaking, restrictions and regulations dealing with the nation's trade or commerce are generally known as trade or commercial policies. Now, we broadly classify trade policies as tariff-based policies or tariff barriers and other trade restrictions or non-tariff barriers. There are two types of trade policies. One is trade-based policy or tariff barriers. Second, other trade restrictions or non-tariff barriers. The most important type of trade restriction has historically been the tariff. So tariff has been the most important form of trade restriction. What is a tariff? A tariff is a tax or duty levied on the traded commodity as it crosses a national boundary. So when a commodity crosses the national boundary, a tax or duty is levied on that commodity, and that duty or tax is known as tariff. So there can be import tariff and export tariff. So simply speaking, a tariff is a tax or duty levied on the traded commodity as it crosses a national boundary. Tariff can be of two types: import tariff, export tariff. What is import tariff? An import tariff is a duty imposed on the imported commodity. What is export tariff? Export tariff is a duty imposed on the exported commodity. Import tariffs are more important than export tariffs, and most of our discussion therefore will deal with import tariff only. Different types of tariffs. There can be three types of tariffs: ad valorem, specific, or compound. Ad valorem tariff, specific tariff, or compound tariff. Ad valorem tariff. Ad valorem tariff is expressed as a fixed percentage of the value of the traded commodity. Suppose that the value of a traded commodity is 100 rupee. If you impose a tax to the extent of 10%, then you have to pay 10 rupee as the tariff. So total price of the commodity will become 110. So it is based on, simply speaking, ad valorem tariff is a tariff based on the value of a commodity. But what is specific tariff? Specific tariff is expressed as a fixed sum per physical unit of the traded commodity. Finally, we have the compound tariff, which is a combination of both the ad valorem and specific tariff. So compound tariff is a combination of ad valorem tariff and specific tariff. So these are the preliminary explanations of trade or commercial policy. So we have discussed what is trade or commercial policy, and we classified the trade or commercial policy into two: tariff based and non-tariff based. Then we have seen what is meant by tariff, and there are types of tariff: import tariff and export tariff, but import tariff is more important. And what are the different types of tariffs, like tariff, specific tariff, or with this we finish this video.